we cannot stop disasters from happening. And every single one of our districts, Republicans and Democrats alike, will be impacted by disaster at some point. But what we can do is work together to ensure that we are continuing to provide FEMA with the programs, authorities, and resources to help our communities plan for, mitigate against, respond to, and recover from disasters. I believe we must do more to make our communities and our citizens resilient to disasters. Rather than asking what now after a disaster strikes, it is time we proactively ask what's next. Before the next storm, flood, fire, earthquake, or other disaster hits. The Disaster Recovery Reform Act provides improvements that will do just that by making mitigation a priority.
For the last several years, this committee has held numerous hearings on the importance of funding mitigation activities before disaster strikes and the need to build back stronger and smarter after disasters occur. This bill responds to what we have learned in those hearings and advances the nation's disaster policy forward.
Once again, this country has been devastated by not one or two, but 3 monster hurricanes that have caused catastrophic damage and loss. The country is looking for us for help, for solutions, for changes to keep this level of destruction from occurring again. This bill will help do just that, and I appreciate the work of Chairman Barletta and Ranking Member Johnson on these issues.
We have to change the way we respond and anticipate these catastrophic events. This bill is a good step forward.
Reducing the future of loss and lowering the cost of disasters throughout America is a wise use of taxpayer dollars. We need to stop waiting for a disaster and asking ourselves, okay, what now? What do we do now? And actually look proactively on what can we do next to have stronger buildings that can resist many of these disasters. This smarter government, for every $1 spent in mitigation, will save between $4 and $8 in avoided recovery costs.
Everyone benefits when we rebuild stronger and better after a storm. Lives are saved, families get back into their homes more quickly, and the federal government doesn't foot the bill year after year for poorly constructed energy grids or roads or dams or bridges.
The fiscally conservative thing to do is to lean forward, to be proactive. That's how you save dollars, and this bill begins to shift that paradigm. Stop spending billions and trillions after a disaster. Start leaning forward and ensuring that we're being resilient, that we're preparing for the future, and preventing our communities from being destroyed whenever these types of disasters come upon our communities.
On the disaster recovery, in my prior life before Congress, I was mayor of the city of West Palm Beach, and we had 3 hurricanes, and we prepared for many more. And this bill is a step forward for the federal government being a responsible partner. So I want to thank you for that.
This bill makes a huge step forward in taking some of the lessons that we've learned from previous disasters and fixing some of those problems. And I'm very happy it's coming to the floor. I think it's going to be a great benefit to the entire nation because, as my friend from Louisiana pointed out, everyone is eventually going to be affected by some sort of a disaster.